Hi, today's video is going to be on representation, more specifically agents versus managers. Hi, so let's talk about agents versus managers. Now, everything that I'm about to say to you is as a general rule. There are always gray areas in both things. But let's first talk about an agent. An agent only gets paid when you book a job. Really important to understand this. An agent only gets paid when you book a job. So if you have an agent at, let's just say, Abrams Artists representing you, they are going to send you out onto auditions, and based on that type of auditions, they are going to earn a commission based on what you've booked. Now, industry standard would dictate that if you book commercial, television, or film, that standard commission is 10%. Now, sometimes you will see in the breakdowns that the company that is doing the casting for the clients is offering an extra 10%. Let me clarify that for you. The people that are doing the hiring, aka the clients, are going to go ahead and pay that extra 10% so that it will not come out of the 10% commission that you would normally pay to that agent. Now, this is important. The 10% is for film, television, and commercial. Print, which by the way is not covered by any union unless there's some sort of video footage involved with it, is completely deregulated, okay? But as a general rule, the standard commission on all print work is 20%. Now again, I emphasize this is industry standard, and I'm speaking from a union perspective. Non-union, whole different ball of wax. So if you have an agent that is keeping themselves within the standards of what it should be, 10% for anything that is filmed, 20% for anything that is photographed or static, if you want to think about it that way. So that's what an agent does for you. Now let's talk about what a manager should be doing for you. When you have a manager, they're there to do pretty much what it sounds like: manage your career, guide you towards the right types of classes, because we all need to go through training on a constant basis. Guide you towards the right types of headshot photographers, guide you towards introducing you towards the proper casting directors, the right agents, the right managers. They are there to manage and guide your career. Now, occasionally, including many really reputable managers that I know, they will also get you an audition and help you to book things. I've had my own personal manager do that for me. Now, in that case, again, if they are abiding to industry standards, it should still be 10% for anything that is filmed and 20% for print. Some managers will still get paid that additional plus 10 by the client, or plus 20 if you will. But on top of getting paid that plus 10 or plus 20, they will still ask you for that plus 10 or plus 20 from your side. Just so we're clear, let's do the math. Let's say that you are booked to do a print ad, which again, remember, is not covered by any union, for $1,000. And let's say that the client is willing to pay the extra plus 20 to your manager or agent. An agent will take that plus 20, which is 20% by the way, which is $200, and you will get that $1,000, minus taxes, of course. Now, a manager will also take the plus 20, but they may still expect for you to give them an additional $200 from your $1,000 check, which effectively leaves you at $800 for the day. So this is something that you really have to think of. Again, there's a lot more regulations in place for agents, especially franchised agents. We'll get into that on a later subject, than there are for managers. But think of your manager as someone who is there to guide you, help you grow, and also to help connect you. I hope this clears things up a little bit for all of you. In any case, whether you have an agent or whether you have a manager, remember the most important thing on both sides is that communication is key. You must book out, meaning if you are going to be away for a month or two, or if you're going on vacation for a couple of weeks, you need to make sure that your representation knows this. Nothing frustrates them more than to work really hard to sell you to a client only to find out that you're not even going to be there on the audition day, or even worse, on the shoot day if they've directly booked you off of a photo. So always remember to book out and always keep in communication with them. If you just took an amazing class with a casting director that they may or may not know well, let your agent or manager know, hey, I just took the most amazing class with Brett Goldstein. She's one of the best, by the way. Shout out to Brett Goldstein. Then they can turn around and the next time Brett Goldstein has a casting, they can say, hey, my client just worked with you. In summary, communication is always key, no matter what we're doing. And two, remember, there is a huge difference between an agent and a manager. Don't confuse the two. Finally, if anyone, and I mean anyone, asks you for money up front, run. Don't walk, run.